What do you think of the future so far, Anthony Afterwit?
Oh, the future? You know, the future was great. There was a lot of fun things to do, but at the end of the day, it's just so excessive, you know. What do you got there? I can see myself in there. It's sort of like a looking glass. Something my wife would buy. Oh, we can't afford it, but she loves those luxury items. Goddamn, she'll spend all my money without me even knowing. But no, it's about making do in the circumstances that you're in, and yeah, no silver spoons here.
I mean, if what they have works, then you should just stick with it, I think. I mean, what's the point of buying like the iPhone 5 if there's just going to be like an iPhone 6 coming out?
I think if it works and, you know, gets the job done for like phones or TVs or anything, then I would say just stick to that. But I do see the appeal of wanting whatever's new.
I don't really define luxury explicitly when it comes to buying things.
It almost seems like there's more super malls and supermarkets and Walmarts than there are zoos and playgrounds, and it's kind of taking over the world in a cheesy sense. And people are getting to the point where they own more objects. They have more objects than they have people in their lives, and that's kind of sad.
It's important not to buy a crap guitar if you're going to be a serious performer.
If you need to get a new looking glass, then do it, but you don't have to necessarily get the really expensive, nice one, because you never know, that new looking glass that you're about to buy might break too. Then you'll need a new one, and then you'll have no money.
Alice, what is your opinion of the future so far?
The future's been great so far. The main thing that I like about it, other than the golden thread and pens, is that gossip has flourished tremendously, aided by email, phones, pens, things of that nature. So I don't think I'm going back to the past. There's also electricity everywhere, which is awesome.
Well, I try to stay away from gossip, and I don't feel it's very right to talk about people behind their backs, and I try not to spread rumors.
I'm definitely not a fan of gossip at all.
Gossip is great.
I do not participate in gossip and cannot really say much about it, though I tend to avoid it if it ever comes my way.
Like CNN, Fox, New York Times, LA Times are all pretty informative, but things like Cosmopolitan, People, 17 magazine, it all, especially women, it gives a bad representation.
They probably think that they're going to get something out of it, but they're really just causing more problems, I think.
You're only hurting other people, and I think that's definitely outweighs making yourself feel better.
If it's a total lie, I think people who spread it are just jerks. That have no respect for the truth.
That I know we have the freedom of speech, and I know we have all these other things, but to go behind someone's back and personally ridicule them and spread gossip about them for no apparent reason isn't morally right, in my opinion.
So, Silence Dogood, what is your opinion of the future thus far?
Well, I'm really enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. I've been noticing the fashion a lot, and one thing that I have noticed, which thrills me greatly, is that the hoop skirt is gone. I've always thought it is an abomination to feminine fashion, and it's completely eliminated. I haven't seen a single one while I've been here, and I'm absolutely delighted. However, when I first arrived here in the warm summer months, I noticed an extreme lack of clothing, especially among the young females of this culture. As the colder months have approached, I noticed that problem is getting better and better. But overall, I've noticed that there's an extreme lack of modesty, which I think is a very valuable commodity, especially for a young woman.
I try to be modest, but obviously when I wake up, sometimes I don't think about it as much really early, and I'm late for class. I just throw on whatever I have and get out the door.
If a girl's outfit is too racy, then I have I tend to think a little lowly of them because it's like they're, you know, as sexist as it sounds, it looks like they're whoring themselves out.
You know, if you like to wear leggings for pants, then I think, you know, that's okay if that's what you like.
I do think a little lowly of high heels because they're destroying legs.
I don't like miniskirts, I will say that.
I may not be totally with it, with the fashion trends. I like to have my own style.
My personal belief is that women should have decency, but I'm not about to go judge people. I just think it's more respectful to have a little bit of modesty and self-respect.
So, Richard, poor Richard Saunders, what do you think about the future?
Oh, sorry, I was just reading my own words. The future is, I find it perplexing, honestly. I thought men would be so much further along, but really we're still burdened by the same vices, by the same just petty things, you know, like drink and women. We toss so much wealth aside. Going back to my words, women and wine, game and deceit make the wealth small and the wants great. And farther, what maintains one vice would bring up 2 children. Just recently I was at a nearby restaurant which serves the food of the Chinaman, and I found my glorious words encased in a sweet dough. And I have to say I find this troubling, that the people of this present day and age equate my wisdom with that as something so frivolous as birdseed or cookie dough.
I am trying to live frugally at this point because I'm actually gathering money to pay for a trip to Paris this summer with the chorus. So I find myself spending less and less on things.
Budgeting of money and time is definitely important. I don't think the government in particular is doing a very good job of it.
Like, I try not to spend so much money on clothes because my mom taught me to always find discounts and always like shop for what season you're in. And
I guess sort of events like going to the movies or going out to eat, I try to do that, you know, once every couple weeks so that if I need money for something, I'll have it instead of being caught off guard.
Can I not put this off another year before buying it?
So I'm not too terribly good at, like, you know, having a consistent job, always budgeting money, always budgeting time, but as of right now, it's still working.
And I'll be honest, if you're going to spread a rumor, I want to be the first to know about it.